A string of racist incidents sparking outrage and calls for change within the Sacramento City Unified School District. Several schools have been vandalized with hateful messages, including 2 just this week.
CBS 13's Valina Jones filed this report before heading to that breaking news.
They need to press charges.
We need action.
Accountability.
Glider mom don't believe this for 1 second, man. But she has to make some kind of statement in solidarity with the mob so that she doesn't get harassed, canceled, sneered at, castigated, looked at as an outsider. She's not branded with a scarlet letter of racism. Glider mom don't believe this for 1 second, man.
They need to press charges.
We need action.
Accountability.
That is the plea from parents, faculty, and community activists throughout the Sac City Unified School District after a string of racist incidents, Monday marking the latest at Abraham Lincoln Elementary, where multiple buildings were tagged with graffiti reading KKK, expletive, N-word, and a drawing of a swastika.
Real supremacists, real racist, they don't have time for this, man. I'm sorry, man. They don't have time for this, man. We in a new age. You got blockchain. You got social media. This stuff, these type of acts were necessary back in the old days when, you had to get the message out, where you had to make a spectacle. You couldn't reach a lot of people. This is the best way to reach a lot of people, to draw 3 janky K's on the side. Like, they ain't got no pride, man. And if these were some real Klan members, man, the brothers back in the lodge would be like, man, what, you was scared or something? You was rushing? Why your K's look all jacked up? Have some pride, man. Some pride in your K's, man. These some sloppy K's, man. They don't have time for this, man. Sorry, man. Sorry. The modern racist, extremist is working at a different level of the game, man. They ain't got time for this petty stuff, man. They just don't have time for it, man.
Lincoln Elementary, where multiple buildings were tagged with graffiti reading KKK, expletive, N-word, and a drawing of a swastika.
We don't want to keep creating a division.
Friday at McClatchy High School, writing was used to segregate 2 water fountains. Sophia Neal's daughter saw the message.
I feel like it's a multi-mission attack because this is Black History Month. So if you're bringing this type of history...
Langston White is a student at the school. His guardian gave us permission to share his feelings.
High school, people aren't supposed to be discussing it's supposed to be an environment for everyone to be safe.
This is what Sacramento and the neighboring towns look like. It's a whole lot of sun glider teens up there, Jack. Yeah, man. Whatever racism is going on up in there, it ain't going on in the bedroom, man. All right, we going to be racist, but the bedroom is off limits, man. That's your safe space. If you want a safe place to avoid racism in Sacramento, meet me in the bedroom. Because this is what it looks like up there, man.
Langston White is a student at the school. His guardian gave us permission to share his feelings.
High school, people aren't supposed to be discussing it's supposed to be an environment for everyone to be safe.
In November at West Campus High, Assistant Principal Elise Verscher's parking spot was tagged with graffiti using the N-word and says she was harassed by students. After months of a district-led investigation, she still has no answers.
They've not been held accountable.
I really despise, I loathe the fact that we use that word 10 times as much as all the other groups combined. Accountability. And it's never for the mountain, the wellspring of murder and debauchery and degeneracy coming out of our community. We always use accountability as projection on the other groups, demanding it from them, chastising them for lacking it. But we never use it in the right context, inwardly. And that really grinds my gears, man.
They've not been held accountable.
Verscher says the behavior has continued, explaining Thursday posters made by students meant to highlight Black excellence for Black History Month instead displayed statistics on Black debt and unemployment.
Okay, so these were definitely some gliders that did this one. Some glider teams did this, man, because this is sarcasm, man. This is the height of sarcasm. You're supposed to put up some posters highlighting son achievement. You put up, as I say, first in everything bad and last in everything good. You put up them stats, man. There's definitely some gliders teams, man. Some people don't get sarcasm, man. We don't get it, man. We just don't do sarcasm well. It's an abstract concept, man. You can even see it in our comedians, man. Some comedians be just crass and straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? They don't, no subterfuge, no riddles, no telling no stories, no no jokes. We just tell stuff that's true. Man, don't you hate when you go in the bathroom and ain't nobody got no toilet paper in there, mate? And you looking around, man, toilet paper, man. You gotta walk out like a penguin. You go to your car and get some McDonald's napkins. That's son comedian. We don't do the whole, end around, come back with the punch. Nah, we just straight up in your face. So this, I'm telling you, this is sarcasm. This was definitely some gliders, man. They got tired of being called racist. All right, you gonna keep calling us racist? Okay. We got something for y'all, man.
Verscher says the behavior has continued, explaining Thursday posters made by students meant to highlight Black excellence for Black History Month instead displayed statistics on Black debt and unemployment.
When leadership fails to address acts of racism, it lets everyone know that they have a free pass to continue the behavior.
CBS 13 asked the district what they're doing to address and prevent racism in the district. In a statement, they said they're working with law enforcement, hired an attorney focusing on social justice issues, implemented anti-racism training for staff, and promote social emotional learning.
So my greatest fear is this is going to start becoming normalized behavior that it eventually will traumatize Black students from generations to come.
The district is still working to find out who is behind the racist vandalism. So we just got word about community activists. They're going to hold a call to action meeting tomorrow, a news conference at Abraham Lincoln Elementary to discuss the latest incident. We'll let you know what they say. Activists and community members are calling on Sac City Unified to do something after racist incidents were reported at several schools in the district. Good afternoon. I'm John Dabkovich, and thank you for joining us here at noon. Our news is also streaming live right now on CBS News Sacramento.
We are tired of district excuses. We are tired of district letters. We are tired of we are investigating.
If you're so tired of all that stuff, man, why don't you hold an assembly, man, for Sun Teens, man? And get in there, man, tell them, man, look, man, stop doing all this stuff, man. Stop spray painting racial slurs all over the place, man. They on to us, man. You making us hot. I told y'all to go out there and just do it here and there, man. It's smattering, man. Y'all done went out there and OD'd on it, man. Now they on to us, man. Stop doing it, man. Go in there and do that, man. And then if you tired of it, since you so tired.
We are tired of district excuses. We are tired of district letters. We are tired of we are investigating. What we want is consequences.
Activists, parents, and community leaders gathered at Abraham Lincoln Elementary School this morning. It comes after hateful messages were spray painted on multiple buildings at the Rancho Cordova School on Tuesday. Just a few days earlier, the words white and colored were found written above a drinking fountain at McClatchy High School.
I don't need to hear all racism stinks, and I need to hear and see supports directed at this community with specificity.
Let me translate that for y'all, man. Programs, funding, allotments, quotas, free money, gives me stuff, satiate me. This is a stick up. Everybody put your hands up. Fill up the bag with all your belongings. We want stuff to make this right. All this racism y'all doing to us, man, we want stuff for it. This is extortion, man, and it's evil, man. Evil.
I don't need to hear all racism stinks, and I need to hear and see supports directed at this community with specificity.
Sac City Unified is also investigating an incident at West Campus High after posters made by students to highlight Black excellence for Black History Month instead showed statistics on Black debt and unemployment. The high school's assistant principal was also the target of racist graffiti and hateful messages on social media back in November. Also, the NAACP is going to be holding its own meeting at McClatchy High School later this afternoon. Following some new developments in a string of racist incidents in Sacramento City Unified School District, school officials say they've now identified a student who vandalized water fountains with derogatory terms at McClatchy High School. The district says a female Black student confessed to it, calling it a prank.
Oh, man. What was that brother saying earlier? What they wanted to happen when they found out who did this?
We are tired of district excuses. We are tired of district letters. We are tired of we are investigating. What we want is consequences.
Oh, man. Yes, I hate to be that little 17 sister that did this, man. She in for it, man. Whew. Man, she about to face some serious consequences, man. Sucks to be her, man. Whew. Man, she in for it, man. She should just run, man. Just when they let you out the principal office, man, just run. Don't stop running, man, till you get to Mexico, man. Or Canada. One of them two, man. But get out the country, little 17 sister, man. They want some real consequences.
The district says a female Black student confessed to it, calling it a prank. Meanwhile, school officials at Abraham Lincoln Elementary are still searching for whoever wrote hateful terms on a wall earlier this week. The NAACP, meantime, is calling on the district to be more transparent with its findings.
More transparent? How much more transparent can they be with their findings? They found the girl who did it, and she confessed. What's more transparent than that, man? Oh, okay, I get it. You want to hear that she was waterboarded? That the CIA made her take the fall so that the real, culprits could get off. She's being forced to take the fall by the CIA, the powers that be, right? Or they paid her family, right? That's what you want to hear? So you ain't going to, it ain't never going to be fully transparent till you hear something like that, right?
The NAACP, meantime, is calling on the district to be more transparent with its findings.
The district also has taken steps to address racism in schools, it says. They say they've hired recently an attorney as their first racism liaison.
We are tired of we are investigating. What we want is consequences.
Sac City schools hit repeatedly with racist vandalism. Thanks for staying with us at 5:30. I'm Curtis May.
Yeah, man, rough, huh? You guys were expecting, them to bring out some glider, man, a group of gliders, man. Dudes, nah, man, it was a sun system, man. I know you having technical difficulties, man. Get it together, man. It was a sun system, man.
Last Friday, someone wrote the words white and colored over water fountains here at McClatchy High School, obviously a reference to the Jim Crow era. Tonight, we're learning the district is disciplining the student involved, but it stopped short of calling it racial hatred or a hate crime. Now, the district hired someone to oversee race and equity, which includes investigating racial incidents. Mark Harris tells me a black female student confessed to the vandalism, and the investigation shows her on camera. He tells me the student said she did it as a prank. Now, this is a sensitive topic for so many because Sac City Unified School District has been plagued with racial incidents. The most recent includes students seeing several buildings at Abraham Lincoln Elementary School tagged with hate symbols and the N-word. The NAACP and community activists say they want to meet with the district to talk about how we can support black students through these events. Meanwhile, the district refers to the McClatchy incident as troubling vandalism.
I don't believe that those words that were on those water fountains were racist. I do not believe they were hate crime or hate speech. Part of it, quite honestly, is because the admitted perpetrator is an African-American young woman.
Look at them. Taking up for one of their own, man. Like they project on everyone else. Like they accuse everyone else of doing. And these people supposed to be oppressed over here, man. As a historian, man, I find that offensive. This is the worst attempt at oppression in the history of the world. And I can't even call it oppression. I have to call it an attempt. What is going on in America, what some people are complaining about every day, is the worst attempt at oppression in the history of recorded world. I'm talking about from sea to shining sea, I haven't seen one incident of oppression that was more futile, more idiotic. I mean, you got to be an idiot to oppress people into running your country, to oppress people of being the mayors of all your major cities, to oppress people being in charge of all your police departments, to oppress people of being 13% of the population and wanting half of everything. To where they gotta make up racism. It's not enough. It's simply not enough racism out there. They don't have enough. They don't have enough racism. Sorry, man, we out of racism today, man. I just ordered some more racism. It'll be in next Thursday. You can check back next Thursday. You want me to put some racism on hold for you? It'll be behind the counter when you come pick it up. It's not enough racism, man. It's not enough. Not nearly enough. Not nearly enough. That's why when they think they found some, a little teeny bit, because it's just like finances, the economies. It's just like anything. Supply and demand, man. Scarcity, man. So valuable. When you think you found some, even a counterfeit like this, people will buy a knockoff, man. They'll buy the knockoff, man, because it's so hard to get the real thing, man. This is the worst attempt at. Do you think that any of them other societies that was being You think people had to make up stuff? And then they catch the person who made it up and caused all the trouble. And they got that person get treated with kid gloves. And everybody in charge of punishing them is on their side. This is the worst attempt at oppression and racism in the history of the world, man. America, you're terrible at racism.
I don't believe that those words that were on those water fountains were racist. I do not believe they were hate crime or hate speech. Part of it, quite honestly, is because the admitted perpetrator is an African-American young woman.
I disagree at it being a hate crime because at the end of the day, we understand when you have colored on one water faucet and white on another kind of water faucet, what that means. Whether it's 1950 or 2022.
However, some activists question the evidence, citing mistrust of the district's handling of racism in the past. And I did ask if there had been any movement with the Abraham Lincoln case, and I've heard so far there's been no progress yet.
All right, guys, off to the Great Schools app. So, McClatchy High, Sacramento, California. That's where this son teen sister was caught doing this hoax. 2,375 students, grades 9 through 12. Oh, man, look at this. They got a 5 out of 10. That's really good. I mean, I got to see the demographics at this school, man. We rarely see that high. College readiness, 7 out of 10. Ew, wow. College success is above the state average. Students taking advanced classes above the state average. Test scores are 6 out of 10. We never see this. It's always 1. And then maybe 2. But I don't know. I got a funny suspicion about the demographics here, man. Okay, so when it comes to test scores, all right, so here's the demographics. The 43% hombritos, man. Salute to the hombritos, man. 22% gliders. 16% crouching tigers. Okay, that explains the test scores, man. And 9% sun teens, man. Dragging down the scores. Dragging the scores down, man. Here go college readiness ratings for different groups. So these kids, look, they should just be happy they're at this great school, man. Look at this, man. Look at the glider teams. 9 out of 10. The glider teams got a 9 out of 10 when it comes to being prepared for college after leaving this school. And look, the sun gliders even got a 9 out of 10. The hombritos got a 7 out of 10. No, I mean, the hombritos got a 6 out of 10. And the sun teens, 4 out of 10. So that's really good, man, because usually it's 1 out of 10, man. Most of the schools we go to, the sun teens are doing better than the sun teens at almost anywhere in this country, man. Why can't they just be happy, man, that they're in this great school, man? In this good place of learning that's preparing them for the world, and just do that, man. Why they got to stir up all this tension, man, all this racial garbage, man? Shame on y'all, man.